Good afternoon. It's July 4th, 12:06 p.m. and, I'm sure a lot of people are off from work today. It is a holiday. I'm not making a big whoop-de-doo about it, really, but for those people who get to see the fireworks tonight, I might go see the fireworks. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out. Anyway, I just want to make this video real quick because I was doing some thinking, beyond my control, as it always is. And I was thinking about how these people got involved. Now, I'd like to talk a little bit more about my blood relations, my ex-blood relations. I know that when I was living with my mother, when I told her, hey, I'm pregnant, whatever. And I said, I told her, I said, I don't think it's a good idea for me to have my son have a relationship with the father, right? And see, my mother comes from a very old school time period, okay? Everything's based on tradition. Everything's based mostly not on moral issues. Like, a good girl is not supposed to be a good girl for spiritual reasons. She was supposed to be a good girl to keep the family name looking like they're good people, like they would never do something wrong. So it was more about their personal image that they were trying to protect. I was more concerned when I got pregnant when I was younger. I was more concerned about how this was going to affect my relationship, my spiritual relationship. Okay, that's when I was more religious minded. But still, my mom was more concerned about how that was going to make her look as a mother. Like she wasn't being a good enough mother. Like I made her look bad. Okay, whatever. Okay, but I basically told my mother that I didn't think, based on my interactions with these people, which I was starting to understand how things worked in the world. And I didn't know everything, but I started realizing that race played a huge role in society. But I didn't know exactly how deep it did until, of course, I got into the workforce and went further down that line. But still, her attitude was, well, that's the baby's father, and therefore, he should be a part of his life. And I said, I don't think so. In my mind, I don't think so. To me, I was over the age of 18, which right there, that's my choice to make that decision about my child, my offspring, okay? That's my choice, okay? And I also made the right choice, as we can see years down the road, okay? But see, my mom and my siblings have always had a relationship outside of me. I was always the different one. I was the one who always acted different, thought different, did things differently, whatever. So they took it upon themselves to probably work alongside the Collins family and start making decisions behind my back. Now, I was young, right? I was inexperienced. I was not the best mother. A lot of it was trial and error, but I was still committed to doing what I needed to do. Okay? My thing is this is what happens when people start getting involved with other people's business and also not considering an adult's decision. Now, if this was a big quote-unquote family issue, what my ex-family should have did is they should have brought me in into a discussion and say, hey, you know what, we are all concerned here, okay? And what we're going to do is we need to make plans for the baby. We need to make sure that you're going to be supported, whatever, blah, 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 and everything needs to be done up front. What this was a reason or a chance, an opportunity to have more people group up on Maria and bully Maria and mistreat Maria because my family's always mistreated me and always undermined the things that I did. So basically what I am is I am a person who has struggled with abusive relationships throughout my entire life. And like I had mentioned in one of my older videos when I was under the Maria Borden video channel, I spoke about how children who are scapegoated, children who are abused in families generally become abused within their communities. Why? Because when people don't like you and they want to point out your flaws, what they do is they recruit other people. So now the Collins is now recruited to pick on Maria and look at more of her flaws. Even though I know I was kind of a goofy, awkward kid when I was growing up, then it just becomes, explosive. You got two families. No one ever thought that perhaps maybe Bruce was just as responsible. Suddenly I'm the only one that deserves to be attacked in a hate crime. I don't think so. Yeah, of course, I was immature when I was younger, but I was committed to learning on my own because I never had that sort of foundation and instruction from my family. My family sent us to school, and they figured that was like the most education that we can get. As far as life skills, my parents really weren't that supportive on life skills, okay? So a lot of those things I had to learn on my own, okay? Trial and error, doing something wrong, and then, find out that this is something that, it's a serious issue or whatever. I had to learn those things on my own, okay? But I take responsibility for the things that I've done. You know what I mean? All the mistakes I've made in the past. I know I made some mistakes in the past, but we don't do these things behind the scenes. Okay? I was an adult. I should have been included in those decisions. Okay? I am not somebody's wife just because groups of people decide to do so. See, now, I knew that Bruce was married in 2000. I'm going to talk about this, okay? Because I've been carrying the weight of something I shouldn't have carried for a very long time. Now, I believe Bruce got married to somebody in Sarah in I think 2007, 2006, somewhere around there. I remember because I went to go pick up my son's tuxedo so he could attend that wedding. Okay? I never obstructed it. I never sat there and cried. I never got involved in it. I fully accepted it. I had moved on from him for the longest time. Okay, now maybe there was somebody thinking, well, maybe she should be jealous. Should I be jealous? I don't. I fully accepted by that time that we were two different people. And I had already said in the 90s I wasn't going to marry him. Now, I had seen Bruce throughout the years. I would say the late part of the 90s sporadically. And then when the 2000s came, I rarely saw the dude. Rarely. The last time I remember seeing him physically was, I think it was 2008. It was when I was living in Palmdale, and he came to the front door because he was dropping my son back off somewhere, okay? And my son came to the door. I was, hanging out my house, like I usually do, and my son walked through the door. I saw him, and I just kind of went back to the other room. I don't have any interaction with this man, okay? I don't know where, and then you have, my family is conflicted with their religious views. My sister Tanya, she's a born-again Christian. I don't believe in that stuff. Okay, and then you have Bruce's family, who's a Jehovah's Witness. I don't believe in that either. Okay, I have developed my own, which I have my right to. Okay, and I understand that your separate households are governed by particular religious beliefs. Okay, but I have the right to have my own. Okay, I don't have a close relationship with my blood relations. Okay, I understand that they have this incestuous thing going on with them. I'm not comfortable with it. Okay, yes, I'm in a very awkward situation. I'm in a very tight situation. Not by my own doing, because I made an effort to do what I needed to do in order to survive. Okay, but I have people involved in it, in my personal life, making decisions for me that I would have not made myself. Okay, so I'm a victim of something I didn't deserve. Okay, so I'm trying to pick up with my life and get back on my feet. You know what I mean? And I'm tired of, I don't want to be associated with, some people thinking, oh, Marie's going to get together with Marie. I'm tired of people thinking things that I am not. Stop trying to force me into situations that I cannot stand. Okay, because I didn't deserve that. I deserved, when I said I was leaving my household and moved here, I deserved to have been able to find jobs. Now, maybe, what if this town was highly racist and I couldn't find a job? I was young enough to go somewhere else. But see, you guys have always put something in place to where my employment was manipulated. You didn't give me a chance. You shut doors for me before I could even step out and do things on my own. Because you guys were always there. That's wrong. Okay? You have literally, devalued my life against my will. You know what I mean? There's a lot of women who feel as though, hey, I'm in a tight spot. I'm going to go ahead and get married. That's the worst thing you can do. Like I said, I have to protect myself from abuse. What my family did to me, they have demonstrated that they are abusers. They don't care about my mental well-being. They don't care about any of these sort of things. They're letting this man, Bruce's family, racially harass me every place I go, and they just sit there and comply with it. Why? Because they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about me. I understand that. That's fine. Whatever. But, I have the responsibility to say, I don't want to have anything to do with this. I'm disgusted by these people. Disgusted by both families that got involved in it. You know what I mean? I made my decision. Now, maybe back when I was younger, I knew that, Of course you make mistakes when you're younger, okay? And people are going to think, well, she doesn't really know she's making the right decision. Yeah. I do underwear. Yeah, all right. Okay, so anyway, I got interrupted. But anyway, my point is that, yeah, I was young at the time. But still, that discussions, if my mom should have thought that I was making the wrong decision, she should have said, we need to sit here and talk about this as a family. Because this is your child, and you need to know, what you're going to do, what's the plan, what's your plan. There was no considering my thing. Like, let's do everything behind the scenes, behind Maria's back. Bullshit. This is my life. And you've walked all over it. You know what I mean? I was right not to marry Bruce. And I was right to feel the way that I am about my blood relations. This is not how you handle things. It's not how you handle things. I'm not trying to be hard or impossible to deal with. I'm just trying to make sure that the rest of my life is not going to have to deal with this sort of abuse anymore. Because I've dealt with the abuse too much. I need to make my own life decisions. And I don't appreciate people doing things behind the scenes and manipulating and doing this and setting up this and doing that kind of stuff. And then all the gossip and then the abuse and then trying to force me into something. I cannot be forced to care about people who abuse me. It's that simple. This is the situation. I am a 52-year-old woman who has been abused in the workplace for over 20-something years. Over and over and over again. Okay? I've had people up certain privileges that I have rights to have. That would be either to find a job on my own or whatever, and then it blocked me from all this stuff, and then bring in traumatizing things. All this whole journey has been one traumatizing thing after another. You attacked my job, you attacked my reputation, you've got people thinking that I'm maybe Bruce's, mistress. That's not even true. I don't know if Bruce is still married to her or not, but whatever. I don't want to be, the speculation, the topic of speculation and all this other stuff. Just because I take care of myself. Don't resent me because I take care of myself. I love myself. And I should love myself far more than I love any of the people who got involved in this. Why? Because I'm the only person who's never lied to myself. Okay? I'm the only person who has not tried to manipulate myself, abuse myself. I care about me. And rightfully so. Okay? And there's no reason for me to sit here and make concessions for Bruce. This man has done nothing but sit here and plague me with all kinds of problems, trauma, drama, everything you can think of under the sun. Okay, I don't know about his mom, but she seems pretty goddamn crooked to me. Okay, the dad, the daughter, my siblings, all of it. You shouldn't mind your own business. It's that simple. And unless, of course, you were truly trying to be helpful to somebody, then you do these things in front of people. Everything that you do is done for the sake of manipulation. If you can't do it up front, don't do it at all. Okay? Everything you do is to manipulate someone. To try to bend something, to try to move something your way. I'm not interested, and I want to live my life. Okay, which I have the right to. It was not your responsibility to step in and take the actions that you were taking. I should have been involved in that whole thing. And I'm going to tell you what, there has been really no overall benefit to this original plan of having this person do my jobs and then bouncing back and forth and all this other stuff. I hate it. I hate it. My whole work career, whatever, has been a complete and utter nightmare. All because of people being friends at work and breaking these certain protocols that really shouldn't have been in place. Okay, you don't make special exceptions for friends in certain situations. You should not. Unless, of course, it's all up in front. And I know what's going on. And otherwise, I'm being manipulated. And so my mother, like I said in several videos, was a very ignorant woman. Okay, she thought just because certain things were in her day and age, people were married, just because that person is his biological father, therefore he has the right and he deserves to be a part of this person's life? No, you don't. Now, he's an adult, my son's an adult, he can do what he wants to do. But in my mind, no, you don't. Okay? Everything that you do to me is like a reflection of how you feel about what my son is. Okay? And I don't appreciate it. You know, and this could have been a completely eliminated and avoided had my mother minded her own business. Or took responsibility to be a real parent. Not about making it her image, her responsibility to keep her image clean so she looks like she's a decent mother and doing something responsible. My mother was never responsible. She was only responsible when people were looking. That's just pretty much the way it was. Okay, she was always like that. What she should have done was brought this, if she cared, it would have been brought together as a family decision. It would have been like, Maria, what are we going to do? What are your plans? She never asked me what my plans were. My plans, I knew what my plans were. I'm going to use the skills that I have. I'm going to do what I possibly can. I'm going to take advantage of things. I'm going to try to get my foot in the door. I'm going to try to get a job. And we'll take it from there. Okay? If you guys decided to get behind the scenes and completely, you know, what do you call it? Have total blatant disregard for my life, because that's basically what it is. Here I am raising this child, my son, okay? If you care about it, why are you plowing my fucking job down? Why are you sitting here causing problems when I'm trying to be responsible, when I'm trying to keep a roof over my fucking head? Why is my life a goddamn joke to you? I don't fucking appreciate it. You know? I don't want anything from your manipulative hands. I don't want anything that gets conjured up in your manipulative. Everything you do is manipulative. Okay? You just sided, my family just sided with a fucking racist family to sit here and abuse me in every way they possibly could. Where's the logic behind that? And this could have been avoided had you just mind your own business. It's none of your business. Anyway, I need to get that off my chest. Wrapping up this video. Take care. Bye-bye.